Hey YouTubers, this is a video response to East Coast Preppers SHTF Prepper Skills Contest. Let me turn my camera around here and y'all can see exactly what I'm looking at here. I got an idea, and I've done this in the past. Y'all are familiar with what these are. 55-gallon plastic food grade barrel. A lot of people use them for storing water. I have a different use for them that is kind of on the other end of the spectrum. I have been, make sure we can see this. I'm not as adept with the computer as a lot of people are. I have worked in the septic tank industry for years. I've put in thousands of septic tanks. And in a SHTF situation, if a lot of people have thought of, you know, how to store water, how to get water, how to pull it out of the ground, get it from the creek, wherever. A lot of people don't have an idea of the other end of the situation, which would be your drain field. Septic tanks themselves do not, and I'll repeat, do not go bad. No one ever replaces a septic tank. All it is a concrete vault. Sometimes they pump them out, which in my opinion is a colossal waste of time and money. Your money, but the powers that be in government make the regulations and make you drain them out when you have work done on them. My idea, and I have done this in the past, I won't say where, it's been in the ground now for over 16 years, because I did it, the only reason I know it's 16 years is I did it before I married my wife. You take the 55-gallon drum and you cut it in half, okay, and on the end of it, if you look right here, on the end coming in, your tank would be over here. You would have your 4-inch pipe coming out of your tank going into, you'd cut a 4-inch hole into the end of the end of the half barrel, okay. Then you would cut little slats, and I've used a cordless skill saw, one of those little ones, works really well. Do this on both sides, and then you take and you cut a V in the end of the barrel, and you would continue that, as you can see, because that's how you're going to, water has to be able to get from one barrel to the next. Then when you get to the end, just don't cut a V in it and leave it solid. You would dig your trench either perfectly level. The infiltrator systems, you're supposed to dig them perfectly level depending on which state you live in. Water seeks its own level, so as long as it's not going uphill, you have no problem. Once you have these things bolted together, you would take and put a concrete block, a paver stone, inside it. That way when your water comes out into this hole right here from your tank, it would drip down on this and not undermine the dirt inside your trench. Once you have these things bolted together, lay it in there, run your pipe into it, and then once it's in the hole, get you that spray foam insulation and spray foam the gaps in between the barrels. This makes an inexpensive way to get rid of your wastewater, i.e., you know, whether it's gray water or coming from your septic system and it's, you know, straight through the toilet. This works very well, and you can repair a septic system on the cheap. Like I said, I have done this in the past. I won't say where it was, you know, but it's still working to this day, and that's been over 16 years. You don't want to dig your drain field. If you're down here in the south, you don't want to have the top of your drain field be more than 12 inches underground. Water needs to leach up to evaporate down here in the south. Up north, I'm not sure. You'd probably be best to check your code to see what makes the water leach the best where you live. But this just gives you an idea of what can be done on the cheap. It works really well, and I hope, not that I hope you have, if anyone has a problem with their septic system, but if you do, and one, in this economy you can't afford it, and there's nobody or no prying eyes around to see you do this, yeah, it works. I'll be honest with you. If you want to look at the concept of this, this is based off of what's called an infiltrator system. It's basically a black dome. They're expensive, and realistically this will work just as good. But I hope this helps, and like I said, this is just a video response, and let me turn this back around here so now everybody can, you know, scream and holler that that's the guy that buried them drums in the ground. But I hope it helps, and I hope it saves somebody some money along the line, and have a good one.